Hi everyone. So today I just wanted to come and do a quick video about what's going on with coronavirus and how it's affecting the cruise industry. I will start off by saying I am not a medical professional, so I am not giving any medical advice here. I am just saying what I am seeing as a travel agent and how it's affecting the cruise industry. Okay? So first of all, you can't turn on the TV, open Facebook, open the internet without seeing coronavirus. It's kind of the hot topic right now. There is a lot of negativity around it, and for good reason. It's a new virus that we don't know anything about, and so it can be scary. What I'm seeing in the cruise industry is, first off, I want to say that I think all the cruise lines are doing a very good job in responding to this. They have laxed or changed their cancellation policies to where if you don't feel comfortable cruising, you don't have to cruise. You can take that cruise that you've got booked in the next few months and move it, or you can just cancel it, get a future cruise credit, and cruise anytime later within the time frame they're giving you. And every cruise line is a little different on that. Right now, each one has set forth guidelines on when you can cancel, by what date you need to cancel, and how long you have to use your future cruise credit. So if you have a cruise booked right now and you're concerned about it, either contact your travel agent or go to the cruise line's website and you will find the documentation. I do not recommend calling the cruise lines right now. Their phones are overwhelmed. There is a good chance if you call a cruise line, you're going to be on hold for a minimum of an hour. Could be a lot longer before you even get through to talk to somebody, and you may be able to find the information you're looking for on their website. So my suggestion is, before you pick up that phone, go online, go to your cruise line's website and see what they're doing. Okay. Also, if you have flights booked, same thing. Check with your airlines. A lot of the airlines are being very lenient on they're giving waivers. You know, they call it different things with different industries. The cruise line's calling it a future cruise credit. The airlines are calling them waivers. So check with your cruise line, check with your airline if you feel that you need to cancel. So then that raises the big question, should you cancel your cruise? Well, that depends. Number one, on you. Are you uncomfortable cruising with this coronavirus environment that we're in right now? If you're uncomfortable, then don't cruise. You don't have to. They're giving you every opportunity to move it. If you fall in those certain guidelines where your health may be at risk, don't cruise. Don't take the chance if you're not comfortable. So is it going to stop me from cruising? No. I'm 41 years old. I'm in relatively good health. I don't have breathing conditions, lung conditions, no asthma, no autoimmune disorders. If I happened to be exposed to coronavirus and catch it, I'm gonna get flu-like symptoms. The people that coronavirus is really affecting fall in those high-risk categories. So if you're over age 60, or you have autoimmune disorders, or you have breathing conditions, so asthma, emphysema, anything that would suppress your breathing abilities, you're more likely to have negative effects from this virus. As of right now, I honestly feel that we are more afraid of the unknown than afraid of the virus. Because, and this is just, again, my personal opinion, not a medical professional, I'm just going by what I am reading, what I am seeing in the industry, that this is a strain of a flu or a virus that's been around since the 1970s. So it is new in humans, but this has been a long time in animals. But this is the same thing that happened with the H1N1, the SARS, and all of these. These were all viruses that were in animals that mutated and then came over into humans. We didn't know how to handle them at that point, and the same thing's happening again. I think that this is no different than the H1N1 or the SARS or any of these that came out in the past. But it's being blown up by the media. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not downplaying this illness. I'm not saying that people that get it couldn't die. Yes, you have that possibility. But I think what the media is doing with this is really making it worse than it is. So how is this affecting the cruise industry? Number one, a lot of people are canceling cruises. So the cruise lines are doing what they can to bring people back onto their cruise ships. So you're going to see lower rates. You're going to see incentives. You're going to see extra onboard credit by some cruise lines saying, come sail with us. We want you to come sail with us, so we're going to get you on our ship at a lower rate. We're going to give you some incentives. We want you to come sail with us. So those people that are comfortable sailing, that are healthy enough to sail, take advantage of these good cruise deals. I know me personally, I'm going on a cruise in April. That cruise dropped so significantly that we paid for interiors and got upgraded to spacious balconies. This is on Royal Caribbean. So, I mean, we paid, you know the difference in these rates. We paid for an interior cabin, and we now have the spacious ocean view balconies, not just a regular balcony. So that's just showing the difference in the price drops right now. So some cruise lines will actually give you onboard credit. Some will give you upgrades. Everything depends on the cruise line. So I can't sit here and tell you this is what you're going to get because of price drops. So if you're already booked, be sure and check on your price to see if it's dropped. If it has, contact your travel agent or contact the cruise line to see if you can get that onboard credit or upgrade. Unfortunately, you will have to call the cruise line for this because it's not something you can do online. Carnival, I believe, does have a form you can fill out and email in. I'm not sure if the other cruise lines do, but typically it has to go even up to like a supervisory level to get these things approved. So it's going to take you a little time on the phone. Just be prepared for that. Should you book a last minute cruise? My goodness, I've seen some last minute cruise deals out there that are fantastic. So if you are comfortable cruising and you've got time in the next 2 months to jump on a cruise ship, now is a good time to get some really, really good rates. Like I said, what you would normally pay for an interior, you can get a balcony. And then you can get those interiors for so cheap, it's ridiculous. So all that being said, if you feel comfortable cruising, get out there and cruise, because these ships are not going to stop. They're going to keep on going unless somebody says they can't. So that leads me into what is the industry doing. So as a travel agent, I am a member of CLIA. CLIA is the Cruise Lines International Association. So this organization regulates everything in the cruising industry. So they have actually been in contact with and are working hands-on with the U.S. government to get these things cleared up, to make special, to make new protocols, to make sure these ships are as safe as possible for people to travel on. So this is what CLIA is doing. I'm going to read this directly from their website. If you're interested, it is cruising.org. This is the CLIA's website. It is open to the public, so you can go and read these things for yourself. Okay, so what are we doing? We are denying boarding to all persons who have traveled from, visited, or transited via airports in South Korea, Iran, China, including Hong Kong and Macau, and in any municipality in Italy that has been subject to lockdown within 14 days of embarkation. So in addition to if you have been in those areas, you're not going to be able to board. When you get to the cruise terminal, you're going to have to fill out a questionnaire, and you have to be honest on this. It's going to ask you, have you been to these areas? If you say yes, they're going to deny your boarding. They're going to ask you if you had contact with anybody that's got the coronavirus. They're going to ask you a series of health questions to determine, have you been coughing? Have you been running a fever? To determine if you have possibly been exposed to this virus. If you have, you're not going to be able to board the ship. If you feel ill, don't go on your cruise. Please stay away, because if you are ill and you have contracted this virus, please do not go expose other people to it. Self-quarantine yourself or go to the doctor and they will tell you what to do, but please do not go out and expose other people. So they are asking every single person at the cruise terminal all these questions. In addition to, they are doing temperature screenings. If you have a temperature, they are not going to let you on the cruise. So just be aware of these things. If you're displaying any types of symptoms, if you're standing in that terminal and you're coughing a lot, you're not going to get on that cruise ship. Just saying. And it's for the health and safety of all the other passengers. The cruise line is not targeting you specifically because you have a cough, but if you have a potential of this virus, it's not a good idea to get on a ship. I'm going to just read a statement from the president of CLIA. The adoption of these measures further demonstrates the cruise industry's unique ability to respond quickly as circumstances evolve. We remain in close contact with the local governments around the world, and while we regret that these changes will result in the denial of boarding to some guests, travelers should know that their health and safety is the absolute priority of the industry. So CLIA is doing everything they can. Every single cruise line in the United States is a member of CLIA, so they have to go by whatever protocols come out. So just rest assured that these screenings are being done. They are also taking extra measures on the ships, extra sanitation. The buffet lines now are serving or fixing your plates for you instead of you going through and touching all of the utensils. I also read a really interesting article today, and this was written by Dr. James Robb, who is a consulting pathologist at the National Cancer Institute. So he was one of the first microviralists, word I'm not used to saying, that has been studying viruses his entire career. So he says that he was studying the coronavirus back in the 1970s in its original form. And he has given some advice on what to do to minimize or prevent you from getting coronavirus. And some of the things that we should just be thinking about anyway. Number one, no handshaking. Here in the United States, it's just ingrained in us when we meet somebody, we shake their hands. Don't do it. Fist bump, elbow bump, just wave hi. Don't handshake. You don't need that contact in this point in time. Okay. Try and open doors not using your hands. Use your elbow, use your knee. If it does have a handle, try and get a paper towel to grasp that handle. And I will tell you, all cruise lines, when you are leaving the bathroom, is a little dispenser right there with a little towel or napkins where you can pull that off and touch the handle. Those have always been in place. So you'll see in some of these circumstances, the cruise line industry is already doing some of these protocols that we should be doing to keep ourselves safe. Use disinfectant wipes in the stores when they're available. So when you go into the grocery stores and you see the shopping carts, there's usually a container of wipes there. Grab you a wipe, wipe down the handle, wipe down the sides, anything that you're going to be touching, wipe it down before you start using that shopping cart. Wash your hands. Come on, people. We all should be doing this anyway. Wash your hands for 10 to 20 seconds with soap, or use a hand sanitizer that has at least 60% alcohol base. So my suggestion is, if you are planning on going on a cruise, get one of those little things of pocket hand sanitizer. Keep it in your pocket. If you feel that you've touched a surface, take it out, put some hand sanitizer on your hands. Surfaces are where this virus is transmitted. Okay, surfaces. Then he says, keep a bottle of hand sanitizer at each of your home's entrances and in your car. So if you go to the grocery store or if you go to pump gas, anytime you're touching a communal surface, put some hand sanitizer on your hands when you're done. If you need to sneeze or cough, please try, if you have them handy, sneeze or cough into a tissue and throw it away. If you sneeze or cough onto your hand, you immediately have germs on your hand. Again, surfaces is how this is spread, not through the air. So if you sneeze or cough on your hand and you do this or you do this, then it's on your clothes, and then you have created a bigger surface that can come in contact with somebody else. If you're at risk, buy some masks, buy some gloves. Now he says that the mask is not going to keep you from contracting the virus through the air, because this virus is not transmitted through the air, it's transmitted on surfaces. So what happens is our hands touch a surface and we scratch our nose and we've contaminated our face. So having that mask on keeps you from scratching your nose or scratching your lip or whatever in touching your face. So big thing, use hand sanitizer, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, try not to touch communal surfaces. He also goes in to say that this virus is not going to have a set medication anytime in 2020. It's going to take time for them to determine what strand this is, how to create an antivirus, and then how to properly distribute the antivirus, because of course it has to go through testing first. So precaution is the best way to avoid the coronavirus at this time. If you personally feel that not traveling is going to limit your exposure, by all means do so. At this point, the way we don't know the incubation time, we don't know, someone could be exposed to it and not show symptoms for 10 days. So they could feel fine, come home, and then show the symptoms, and in that time could have contaminated someone. So all this being said, do I feel that stopping travel is going to keep you from getting coronavirus? No. You can get it at the grocery store, as he said. You can get it from getting gas, touching the gas pump. You can get it from anywhere at any time. So again, if you're in one of those risk categories, anything you can do to limit it is going to be beneficial. But if you're not, if you don't want to stop your life, if you don't want to stop traveling, keep going. I have a cruise plan for April. I have a cruise plan for May. I have a cruise plan for July. I don't plan on canceling any of those. I have a couple of weekend trips in between. I don't plan on canceling any of those. I have conventions I'm going to. I don't plan on canceling any of those. What I plan on doing is keeping hand sanitizer in my pocket. So I have a little bottle, and now they've come up with these really cool little sprays. So you can just take it out of your pocket, spray your hands, 10 to 20 seconds. Remember, that's rubbing it in. So don't just go and think you're done. Just count to 10. Rub your hands. Keep it off. Try not to touch your face. If you have an itch on your nose, use the back of your arm instead of your hand. If you need to touch an elevator button, use your elbow or the backs of your knuckles instead of the palm of your hand. Again, surfaces is how this is spread. I hope this video has maybe helped calm some fears out there. I know I've talked to a lot of people. A lot of people are saying, I'm going cruising, I'll be fine, I'm not at risk. That's how I feel. And I've talked to others that say, you know, I feel not comfortable doing this. I've had asthma problems in the past, or, you know, I'm in my 70s. I don't know if I'm comfortable going with this. Absolutely. If you're not, don't go. I am not trying to encourage anyone to go cruising that does not feel comfortable cruising. Okay. Also, that being said, if you have sent me an email asking about booking a new cruise and I haven't responded to you yet, it's because I'm dealing with the coronavirus. So as soon as I can get everything settled, a lot of questions about should I travel, a lot of questions about price drops. So I am diligently working. I can't tell you how many hours a week I work and still can't seem to get to everybody. So I am definitely out there. I am working. I am trying to answer everybody's emails, and I will get to everybody as soon as I can. If you have any questions, let me know. I will leave a link down in the bottom to the CLIA website. And until next time, happy cruising. Bye.